Hello, friends. 897 days of war between Russia and Ukraine. The situation, as in southern war zone, that is Kharso and Zaporizhia fronts, no significant changes reported. In east, on Marinka front, Russians are consolidating eastern outskirts of Konstantinivka and advanced from there northwards. In west towards Georgievka and in north towards Krasnogorovka, once again no significant changes. Avdiivka Russians now took full control of Zelani and advanced towards Novozelani, and also they have fully taken control of Serhivka. They made advance on wide front, starting towards Ivanivka and west of Timofivka, also in Pokrovsk direction. Towards Toretsk direction, Russians are fighting in Toretsk, almost reaching the center. Battle is continuing towards Kirov and Artemov. Bakhmut Chasiv Yar, main battle continues on the western bank of Sivers'k, Donetsk, Donbass, and north of Chasiv Yar, as well as towards southern flank of Bakhmut, that is Klishchivka. North of Soledar, that is Siversk sector, Russians advanced almost 500 meters along railways on the outskirts of Perizhnoe. As far as northeast Ukraine is concerned, there are no significant changes, and heavy fight continues in north of Kharkov towards Volchansk as well as Lipsty directions. In Kursk region, the informations coming in are now slowly turning out to be clearer than what was yesterday evening and now what we are getting today morning. Ukrainian system seems to have swollen from 3 odd thousand to close to 8 to 10,000, and this is part of their reserves pouring in after the initial attacks. They seems to have advanced 10 to 12 kilometer. However, there are other information that they have moved 16 kilometer, capturing more than 180 square kilometer in last 2 to 3 days. The front line now is 3 kilometer from Nikolaevo, Daryino, Nizhny Kalin line in the southwest. In southeast, Ukrainians have entered Sudza and captured its gas unit, that is metering plant, and this has caused inflation of petroleum products in Europe. However, they retreated from Gonchavka in west suburb. It also tried to reach Korynivsky district. However, today early morning fierce fight they retreated, and situation seems to be stabilizing somehow. In the meantime, as social media is showing, Ukrainians hit a tail boom of Mi-8 from drone, and this is probably first time in the history that a drone has hit a helicopter, Mi-28, which force landed and crews were safe. Despite on some of the fronts where Russians are able to hold Ukrainians' momentum, the Russian forces situation is deteriorating in Suzka as well as towards Koreno district. Emergency has been declared, evacuation of civilian populations continuing, and though the Ukrainians advance towards Koreno has stopped, the whole front has not stabilized yet. Initially, Russian security guards have been captured by Ukrainians. The number is not known to me, while Ukrainians too suffered heavily in both men and material. Yevgeny Podyukny, a war journalist, seems to have regained his consciousness and shifted to Moscow for further treatment. Interdiction missions I will not go into detail, continuing from both the sides as before, and situation is by and large similar as before on Palestinian Israel Middle East, where Houthis have claimed to attack US destroyers and merchant navy with ballistic missiles. The damages, if any, is not known. In Nigeria, anti-government protest is continuing, rather intensifying, against inflation of 34% and plus. So far, 13 protesters have been killed, and inter ethnic tensions are increasing, and so seems to be terrorist activities may occur. These acts are generally sponsored by the government to divide and dampen the moralities of the people and the revolutionary situation. In eastern part of Syria, American supported Syrian Democratic Front or forces being attacked and they are retreating. By and large, the global military as well as economic and political situation is deteriorating. Well, that's all. Thank you, friends.